number of stretches. It takes about 10 minutes to help strengthen and stretch out the low back. So to start, let's just get everything moving. So you can just be in a constructive rest position with knees up. And let's just put a little bit of motion into that low back, legs side to side. For most of this video, you're gonna be on your back. We're gonna try to do almost all of it in this position. Okay? You can take one leg on top of the other. Do a little twist. Good. Go to the other side. So put the other leg on top and pull to that side. Do a little twist. Oh, I feel that one. Good. Knees up into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. You can just rock back and forth in this position. Good. All right. Okay. Knees back down on the ground. So we're going to start with strengthening our abdominals and our low back. These are the key. The best indicator of future occurrence of low back pain, one of the big ones, is how strong those muscles are and whether or not they're turning on properly. So we're going to work today on making sure those muscles are doing what they need to do. So hands on your hip bones, okay? And then I want your hands to come just inside your hip bones so you can feel if those muscles are actually turning on when we do this activity. So slide those fingers just inside your hip bones. Now you're going to start to roll your pelvis up towards the ceiling, okay? Now take the belly button in this position, push the belly button down to the spine and push your spine down into the floor, okay? You should start to feel some activation of those little muscles underneath your fingers. It may be very light, but you should feel a slight contraction. If you don't, chat with me about it next time you're in. Okay. Here we go again. Roll the pelvis up, push the belly button to the floor, push the low back muscles into the floor. Hold breath in and out through the nose, not the mouth. Breath. And out. Hold, and relax. Good. Let everything drop to the earth. Good. We're going to move the hands this time. Roll the pelvis up, tuck the pelvis in, push the belly button to the spine. Push the spine down into the earth. Now with arms outstretched at your side, push your arms down into the earth. Push, 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 push. Everything down into the earth. You should feel everything from your pubic region right up into your lungs, pushing down into the earth right now, and release. I actually feel a little bit of a pull into my quads when I do this. You may also feel that. That's a normal thing. We're gonna go one more time. Roll, tuck, push, push. Push, breath in and out through the nose. And out. Beautiful. We're going to make this just a little bit more advanced now. We're going to bring our legs up to a tabletop position. If you can, if it's too painful, don't do it. And then we're going to do the same thing. It's a little bit harder to roll the pelvis up. I get a little bit of the shakes here. Good. Roll up, belly button to spine. Push, push, push. And slowly let your legs come down. Breath out. And again, legs up, curl the pelvis, push into the floor, breath in and out through the nose. And relax. You can add in as many of those as you like. That's a fantastic exercise. The next thing we're going to do is start to stretch out the glute muscles. So if you have your lacrosse balls, this is the time for these. If you don't have them, let me know next time you're in the clinic. You're going to find those bony muscles again, or those bony bones again, and you're going to roll the balls underneath those bony bones just until they slide in underneath your glutes, okay? Now, in this position, I've got the balls only on the flesh. The balls are not going to go on bone. They're just sitting on the fleshy parts of your glutes. The base of your feet are going to come together, and you're going to let your legs fall out into a cobbler's pose. Okay, like out into a wide leg pose. Now here we come back to what I keep harping on, the breath in and out through the nose. Okay, for some of you, this will be very tender. For some of you, you will go, this is doing nothing, I feel nothing. So let's move the balls until we find your sweet spot. Roll them in towards the midline, half a turn, lay back down, legs out, and again, a few breaths here. Now, interestingly, today I feel it's way more on my left than my right, and that may be the same with you. I actually feel like I need a little bit of motion even just to roll the balls. That's fine. You can just kind of wiggle back and forth across the balls. We're going to roll them down again, one more turn. Now we're going down towards your feet. Let your legs drop out. Again, for some of you, this will be incredibly painful. It is meant to be a little bit painful. Don't shy away from this. Try and breathe through it. Unless you're at about a 10 out of 10. If this is a 10 out of 10 pain and you can't do it, then by all means do not do it. But if this is causing about a 4 or a 5 in discomfort, then you're probably doing it right. Again, breath in and out. And let it all go. Now you can keep playing with those balls all you want in terms of moving them around into your glute muscles to see what's comfortable. Okay, we'll roll up off those, and then I'm going to have you flip over onto your belly. Once you're on your belly, you're going to come arms by your sides, and we're going to move into a cobra stretch. Cobra stretch is the #1 stretch for strengthening your low back muscles, your erectors. Okay, so if you see where my arms are, my head's just going to come right down to the floor. Again, breathing in and out through the nose through this whole exercise, okay? Good. We're going to start to elevate only about 6 inches off the floor. So you don't have to come up all that high, okay? Just to here. And then you should feel fairly comfortable here. If this is not enough, push your feet and your legs down into the floor and come up another 1/2 inch. If you were to reach around and feel those low back muscles, they are working right now, okay? Hold and drop down. Good, breath in and out through the nose. Elevation again on the out breath. Hold, maybe push a little bit more through the feet. Maybe rise 1/2 inch more. Scapula's down, shoulders down. Everything is moving away from your head here, and relax. One more time, and if you want on this one, feel free to bring your legs up off the floor. And if you want to do a reach around behind you, that's fine too. So continue with what we're doing, or we'll take this a little bit farther. Reach behind you, hands interlaced. Shoulders up, head up, feet up, everything reaching to the ceiling. Breath. One more. And release. Great job. Okay, so those are probably the most fundamental exercises you can do in terms of strengthening your abdominal muscles and your low back muscles. Those ones are fantastic. So if that's enough for you, feel free to stop there. That's lots. I'm going to do one more before we close for today, and that is going to be it's another glute kind of hip opening stretch. All right, so we're going to bring either leg over top into a figure 4. And then you're simply, either with a towel, a belt, whatever you have, going to bring that leg up. And then with this elbow, encourage the opening of that hip, okay? Some of you will find this very easy because you've got very open hips. A lot of you, myself included, this is a toughie. So if you're finding you're having a hard time with this, don't worry. After 2, 3, 4, 5 days of doing this, you're going to notice it starting to improve. Okay, leg comes up, reach behind. Don't let your head come up. This isn't like this. This is a fairly relaxed stretch. Good. One more breath. And switch it up. You can switch legs. Now for me, this side is much tighter. You'll find that you have one side that's much tighter too. And then the same thing, pull in, hold behind the leg or wherever you can. I like to really push on the outside of my leg with my elbow, just really push it open. And if this is comfortable for you, if this is as far as you want to take this stretch, that is great, fantastic. Push that leg a little away a little bit and just let it go. So this is just an introduction to these. You do these as much as you want, if you want to go through these a few times, if you want to hold the poses longer. But one thing is imperative. It's that we're focusing on the strength of our core and those little back muscles, and that it is not great big movements that are necessary here. These are small little movements that allow our spinal health to really be the best that it can be. Thanks so much for joining me today. See you next time.